diligence that we also give the same love to Blacklist. Real quick, Blacklist! All right, never mind.
You know what? We need to talk tomorrow on ground to prep it up. But we are now going into the draft. Echo going against Blacklist. Diggy's been banned.
Your teams were relying on you.
You guilt
All right,
tripping the
please take over.
audience.
I need some time.
All right, so bans aside, it's a very familiar selection here. It's reminiscent of game number 3 actually. Kaja, Cho, as well as the 1-1, and you know the Benedetta, Farsa, and Diggy. But now you can see that for Echo, it's really going a step in the right direction. Part of the issue that why they can't really melt down Wise on that Barat in the previous game is that they were on a Harith, right? Not exactly a hyper carry like a carry. So now that they have it first picked, now it's the time for Blacklist to adjust and try and find solutions for that. But of course, the Lolita has been picked up along with the Joy.
Sorry, Leo, I
Already
need more time.
looking much better for either, right? Yeah, hydrate, stay hydrated. Already looking better for either team, and you could have sworn it was Blacklist in blue and Echo in red, but it's this pick right here that makes you say, oh, yo, that's definitely the M3 World Champions draft in that lineup. Solid first phase for Echo. Carry, Lolita, Joy, and then for Blacklist, this is as solid an Ube as it gets. Eve, Fredrin, and then Estes.
I'm pretty sure this pick and ban has been planned out so well, but the way, like where I'm standing, where I'm sitting, it looks like let's just draft like we don't care, because you already see the Lolita and you're picking up the Estes, so you know you're going to be clumped up together. So the Numinum Blast is a possibility in your future. So now, looking at the draft, for Blacklist International, you almost want to avoid team fights because having the Frederick, the Eve, the Estes, almost unbeatable. And then looking at Echo, having the carry, you really don't care how many armor that they have. And having the Joy, you also don't care who's in the back line. You're going to be able to disrupt that like nobody's business.
I think as long as Echo can provide ample protection for Benny QT right here, it doesn't matter if Oh My Venus sustains the rest of the team. In due time, they will fall to that high DPS in the late game. The concern right now is this is the first time I think we've seen a Yeve in the hands of Blacklist. So we've seen Haji perform insanely on that Valentina, but now on the Yeve, it's a different approach. But in the right hands, it's still also a huge threat, especially because that real-world manipulation can still be used very much to zone away Benny QT with that short range on the carry.
It's more of now Blacklist is showing Echo this early on that here is the heart of our strategy. How are you going to Orca pod through it? And they give Oheb a solid hero that can take care of himself. And laning-wise, I played this several times in ranked. It's okay. I think Brody versus Carry is okay.
I actually like it. I really do, because having Oh My Venus with the S's could heal up the Brody, and then it just becomes a point of once the Brody has 2 items, a Malefic Roar, a Blade of Despair, if you want a cheaper alternative, then you can switch out the Blade of Despair with a Hunter Strike, and with all of that penetration and that raw physical attack, you should have enough damage to potentially kill Benny Cutie.
Teamfight-wise as well, you have to just make sure that there's more left in the tank and you don't break up the Ube, because Sanford is so good at that. They have to watch out. Now they're going to wrap up their whole draft. Echo picks up the Lilia and the Grok.
It's Lilia and Grok, so not as much tanky heroes, but a lot of damage. And this reminds me of game number 3, where Echo were able to get Joy and Carry, and that mixed DPS, magical and physical, was just a lot to deal with. But I think Blacklist want to go head-to-head. They go with the same kind of combination, right? Long-range physical and magical, 3 solid front lines.
Now looking at the draft, when I see a Lilia, when I see a Grok, if they have the cojones, they could just be like, I'm going to clear my lane very fast. It's going to take a while for my minions to come back to my lane. I might as well just spend time in the jungle. I'm looking at the draft. There is the possibility, the opportunity to forget your laning phase and go to the jungle. We're going to see if that's going to happen.
By the looks of things, we're not even sure where that Joy is going, right? Carl Tizzy has, in the world stage, played a jungle Grok, so it'll come down to when we enter the Land of Dawn to confirm and to have expectations.
Now, we finally see the cheers, the roars, and now the final game of the day between Blacklist International going up against Echo.
Whew. Early on, let's take a look at that battle spell. It's going to be Sanford on that Joy, so the very present EXP laner with that Vengeance yet again. And it will be Teasy playing that Grok in the jungle. Let's see if this unorthodox pick really pays off. Note though, Edward is going with the sprint, first of all, and Haji has the Impure Rage, so he might just go for something a lot more aggressive.
And there we go. Now we got to confirm it. Now we have to solidify Benny Cutie is the first player to reach 100 kills in M4. And now Sanji, HP very, very low. Will he die?
Oh, he does. Haji draws first blood. And I'm not even sure where that purple buff went. But Sanford looking for more, bumps into 4 members of Blacklist a little too early, too soon for comfort. Blacklist now 500 gold ahead.
This is a Demon Slayer Grok in the jungle, so you have to question what exactly is the plan. Will he go for damage items and abuse the Grok's passive, or will he go full tank and try and be another counter-engage tool as Wise is just oppressively counter-jungling him?
Oh, Appraiser's wrath set in. Wise already ahead, very low now. Oh, my Venus needs to heal. King Wise, oh, there's a Guardian's Barrier. Just lacking enough. 1 HP, Wise walks away.
Grandma, look at that 1 HP all across the board. And yeah, you talked about it, Carl Teasy here with the Grok. We're gonna look at his itemization, but I kind of feel like the proper way is to build like maybe at least a BOD to have a lot of armor on yourself, and then possibly for the Eve, a Radiant armor, and then after that, you know what, you can do whatever you want, because now, bottom side of the map, Oheb, as well as Benny Cutie, looks like they're not gonna be too aggressive just yet.
And speaking of aggressive, we can see that Benny Cutie is now respecting, understands the stakes right here, has it purified just in case, but fight breaks out.
Oh, there's a setup. Numenor Blast on the 3, plus a wild charge. Carl Teasy very low, doing the power of nature, and Wise still gets it. Oh, Echo's a little skittish, while Blacklist pushes them all out with a 4-man rotation. Blacklist owning the first 2 minutes.
Unfortunate, but Carl Teasy used his retribution a little bit early. Now looking at the items, looking at the Grok, just a Molten Essence to be sure that he can stay in the jungle, he can clear a little bit faster. But other than that, is there anything worth talking about here?
I guess for both mid laners, they want to spam spells out, so they're building towards the Enchanted Talisman, which will be a big factor here, because later on, there's going to be a lot of long-distance fights, but you can see that Haji actually has a lot more gold compared to Sanji because of that roam early on that did not pay off. So that's a bit unfortunate, but Blacklist here will be the one controlling the tempo, as Echo is just waiting for an opportunity, I guess, to go for a big fight in the mid game, perhaps once the turtle spawns.
Right now, looking at the emblem setup, so far, so good. Nothing too much to report. Sanford here, seeing Wise, Sanford putting pressure onto Haji, but doesn't look like he could commit too much, but Haji now, 50% HP gone. Down here at bottom, Yaoi wants to engage, but none is found.
Enough to push them away. Guardian's Barrier set up by Carl Teasy. Benny Cutie laying down the pinwheels. Haji spots him. There's some CC from Wise. Oh my Venus slowing them down. Healing up Haji. Echo knows this is not a good spot to disengage. Blacklist starting the Ube down here in the gold lane. What's Echo to do? Another Guardian's Barrier from Carl Teasy. Real world manipulation set in by Haji. Wise confirms a kill onto Sanji. 2 and none so far, 2K ahead. Yaoi's in trouble. Void Crystal set in. Oheb going in behind enemy lines. Yaoi gets taken down. Appraiser's wrath set in by Wise. Sanford trying to get something back here, dancing around these 3 members. Benny Cutie bites us as well. Edward finds his man. Sanford's in trouble. Oh, the humanity. Blacklist has dominated bottom lane and are now going to convert into turtle.
Echo just funnel 1 by 1 right here, and Cortese now left alone trying to go against 4 people yet again.
Oh, knocked up as well. Forces a wild charge on him. There's a grab by Edward. Can he deal enough damage? The answer gonna be yes. With the help of Haji, Numenor Blast from Yaoi, setting Edward where he needs to be. Wise still on the turtle. Real world manipulation here by Haji. Swiping away, tapping. Get this man down goes Sanji. Sanford does shut down Haji though. Too late. for that turtle shield, and Oh My Venus could not heal Haji. The KDA machine suffers its first death.
Excuse me, Kadam Machine. Right now, Oh My Venus 0-0 and 7, 100% kill participation. And it's very easy to do that when you're all clumped up together. 5-man, walk down, make sure we're gonna stay here and we're not gonna go home empty-handed. Looking at the items now, Oheb already having that Blade of Despair. That's a lot of damage.
It's big damn, like Nice likes to say. But Haji has rushed the Ice Queen's wand because he has a bit more mana regeneration from the Impure Wrath emblem. So this is why he went for it. It's a more aggressive choice that allows you to have a lot more crowd control, a lot more damage early on in the game. And you can see that it's paying off.
And now Wise is just pushing the advantage again. 3.5k ahead in 5 minutes, that's not easy to achieve, and he's got 4 members on top of him, plus a Numenon Blast, cancelled by Yawi, Appraiser's Wrath, they oblige, flickering on forward, Oheb finds one, but Yawi puts up the bulwark at the right time, Oheb in trouble, Oh My Venus heals him up, Carl Didi looking for one, Sanji finishes the job, the ult from the Estes, Oh My Venus, not enough to keep the Filipino sniper alive. Can they punish Carl Dizzy? Put the Guardian's barrier, Sanji dropping the shadow energies. Carl Dizzy's gonna fall. Wise takes him down. Edward dancing around Sanford. A lot of damage put on this mid lane tier 1 throughout that skirmish.
Unfortunately for Blacklist though, throughout all this chaotic chain of events, Benny Cutie has not been able to secure a single kill as Sanford once again goes in aggressive.
Oh, they're not done underneath. Tier 1 in mid. Sanford is threatened with a split. Can Edward get him? Agent Zero wants his man. Sanford a little too fast. Oh, almost triggers the grab there before it timed out.
Okay, right now they're being a little bit too aggressive. They're not letting any talking points from any of us. 3.1k goal lead by Blacklist. And I can definitely see right now, looking at how they're moving around, there's a lot of macro plays like, okay, you go here, I go there. We need to secure the turtle. Oh, and we also got to fight. Everyone, make sure you know what you're going to do. But with that being said, Echo, right now it looks like they're being a little bit overwhelmed. Carteezy 0-2 and 0. Sanji 1-3 and 1. Blacklist, they're not waiting. They still want to push.
Oh, Sanford, you want to dance? Let's dance. Carl Teasy push in the... What? That's not going to happen. Not like this, says Haji. That was a close call. I think even Echo wasn't ready for that fight. But wait, look! They were looking for a clapback from behind! Benny Cutie shuts down King Wise. Oh My Venus as well, stunned by the Numenon Blast. And here's the punish. Pops the ult, gets the heal, but Benny Cutie still gets the kill. Carl Easy survives with 1 HP. OM gets a trade. 1 for 2. A little bit of breathing room for Echo, but it's not done. Sanford pops the Vengeance. A little too much damage there. Edward gets the kill. Yawi needs to run here. He can't stay for too long.
It's so chaotic, and sometimes the late game marksman can really value from this kind of exchange. But Benny Cutie, we saw that his golden staff was completed at about 7 minutes, so it's quite a bit late. And I think he's not as strong as we would expect him to be. But look at Oheb, so low.
That was so close, but right now Edward moving forward, putting a little bit of pressure onto Sanji. Now Echo, especially how Sanford is playing the Joy, I think they can still fight this one, which, side note, whoever named this hero Joy, I don't know, I kind of feel like it's lie because this is more like a frustration than joy.
Exactly, it's kind of sarcasm, irony, whatever you want to call it. It's just not a joyful experience going up against this Joy.
It's an irony.
It's an irony.
Look at Haji though, that is pain, man. 2 of the ones completed. He has slow and he has that extra bit of DPS coming in, and any kind of tanky member, Carteezy as well as Yawi, will be suffering from that poke damage.
Oh, look at the setup by Yawi. Comes in, Flicker with the Numenon Blast, and Benny Cutie shredding Wise. He's gonna get out of here. Oh My Venus able to get in the heal. Haji goes down. Sanford, mission accomplished. That's 1 man down from Blacklist International, making this Lord a trivial pursuit for Blacklist. I'm not sure if they want this. They're still going. Oh My Venus healing up Wise. Blacklist not backing down.
That's a Joyford, because right now Sanford with this Joyford is really putting too much pressure on the Blacklist because they want to stick together, but the more they stick together, the more they're absorbing a little bit too much damage. Now Carteezy is giving a lot of information. No one knows that Yawi is there Blacklist right now, they're gonna get engaged.
They stun Oheb, and they're gonna knock him up with a wild charge. Benny Cutie gets the kill. Oh my Venus tried. They really did. And now Haji's gonna keep Sanford down. Pops the Vengeance. Another man advantage for Echo. But what do they make of it?
Ooh, it's just so difficult. They can't really fight without Oheb here. He's one of the core damage dealers in this early game on that early game hero, the Brody. He also provides a good deal of crowd control. So without him around, it's just so difficult for Blacklist to try and get a dominant control over the Lord Pit. And Echo, they realize this chance and they're trying to look for another pick.
Conceal.
They get the stun on the Edward. They collapse on him, forcing a split. Guardian's Barrier put up by Carl TZ. His whole time wise, start of the Lord with the pull. It gets reset.
And right now, look at Sanford. Look at Betty Cutie. This is the ones gonna make the play happen. Edward dashing forward. Carl TZ getting damage on Oheb. Fighting!
Torn apart memory, Pop and Carl TZ, and that gives Blacklist a clear go signal. Yawi with the Numenor Blast, only stunning Agent Zero. Oh my Venus with the ult, healing them up. Haji putting up a barrier. You are not going through the real world manipulation. We will take Lord. All this while, Oheb pushed mid.
Blacklist wastes no time at all, getting the Lord, getting turrets in the same breath as well. The top side though, that's a huge wave that will take a turret down for Echo. So a silver lining for the Orcas, but they need to find a way to fight in a more reliable fashion.
Is it just me, or is Echo always setting up for a split push win?
I don't know, man, because right now, Blacklist, it looks like they got to have their cake and eat it too. If Echo is really setting up for this potential split, they gotta make sure that 3 or 4 members can hang on to the entire team of Blacklist that is coming down bottom. Looking like they're putting pressure. Oh, Yaoi's in front.
Real revelation set in by Haji, and there's a split already by Edward breaking them up. Yaoi gets pulled in. Lord still swinging away. There's a wild charge, plus a Numenor Blast, but Yaoi already bites in. Appraiser's Wrath. Set Carl DZ down low enough for Oheb to finish him off. That's 3v5. Blacks International slowly but surely marching through this bottom lane inhibitor. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not looking good for Echo.
2 members down, they can see they're gonna try and defend their mid base turret, but Blacklist, they're moving so quick and they might still keep going.
Oh no, there's not enough AoE here. Another torn apart memory. Haji pops the real world manipulation. Down goes Sanford. Sanji's gonna fight it as well. Haji takes him down, and Blacks International is the first Filipino team